always a pleasure and privilege to sit in and have a conversation with the thought leaders in the industry, and especially in Vietnam today. So thank you all for participating. Okay, so our topic today is decentralized finance. So decentralized finance has always on the top of the crypto narrative since the last DeFi summer. And I can tell that we have been through a lot since that time. So this is a good time for us, not only to talk about the futures, maybe another DeFi summer, but also to look back a bit to see how things have changed and what we have been missing on our journey to make DeFi accessible to everyone. So before we dive into our topic, let me introduce you to our special guest today. So can we start off by introducing yourself and what exactly you're building? Okay, maybe Justin first.
Pleasure to be here. My name is Justin. I'm head of Korea at Our Labs, leading all partnerships and ecosystem in Korea and maybe a greater part of Asia. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Marwan. I work with Consensus. How many know what Consensus does? Can I see a show of hands? Okay. How many know MetaMask? Okay, so Consensus does MetaMask. That's the easy way. So I essentially work with projects where we support them to onboard them on our ecosystem. Obviously, MetaMask is a popular wallet that we thrive on connecting to multiple dApps and multiple chains. But also we have infrastructure tooling such as Infura. If you're a builder today, you can use that to deploy on many chains. And as of this month as well, we are launching our ZK VM L2 called Linea. So that's also something that we are very excited about, and then I hope to see many of you deploying on it. I'm based in Singapore, so I've been in Asia for quite some time, so it's interesting for me to mix this Web3 journey with my knowledge and experience here in APAC, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Bowen, and I'm one of the core members of Proximity. We created Proximity about 2 years ago, and basically Proximity Labs is the DeFi arm of NEAR. We go very hands-on and go under the ground to be more like closely work with DeFi founders to work on execute different DeFi initiatives and to build different DeFi building blocks, and yeah, and happy to be here. And also my co-founder is previously from Consensus.
Hey guys, my name is Chris. I'm super happy to be back in Vietnam, and actually when joining Conflux Network, the Layer 1 blockchain network I'm working at right now, my first panel was actually in Vietnam as well, so I'm super happy to be welcomed here again. And yeah, Conflux Network is a Layer 1 blockchain network. There's DeFi on our network, there's also NFTs, gamifies, and there's also something that was mentioned in the last keynote, which is the actual adoption of NFT, and that's also something we are pushing forward. But yeah, super happy to be here and excited to share our knowledge from the DeFi space with all the specialists here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so all right, I think we will have a very engaging conversations as you guys own the OG in the market, and you're putting a lot of effort to build great products to serve like millions of users. So first, let's go back to basic, where we will talk about the DeFi trilemma: scalability, decentralization, and security. So starting with like scalability, I will leave the question to Marwan and Bowen, because you are building a lot of products like Infura and MetaMask, like the recent Linea network. And also Nia, I recently see that you launched a blockchain operating system to serve like more users and make DeFi more accessible. So, but scalability is the key challenge that we can see. Like we can clearly see because of the high transaction fee and also the network congestions. So these factors just prevent user from, prevent the DeFi protocol to operate sustainably. So what innovative solutions or technologies that can address this issue and enable DeFi to grow further?
Yeah, I'll take this one first. So obviously, actually, you couldn't have said it better. Scalability is a big problem for DeFi and many other applications in Web3. I personally actually started playing with DeFi a lot on Ethereum, and I am generally a curious person that I want to try things. And I found that, okay, I discover a DeFi protocol, I deploy maybe some funds, and then I'm very conscious about the gas fees and whatnot, and that actually makes me experiment even less. And, you know, not very proud to say, but the first time I tried Optimism and Arbitrum was like 6 months ago or 9 months ago, and then it just blew my mind that I can just deploy, undeploy, do something else, try this, try that, and it just like made actually the learning experience and the journey much more powerful because they have solved that scalability issue. So I think it's very important for, of course, the protocols themselves to gain popularity, for the users to feel more comfortable, and that's perhaps where things like, you know, Binance is very popular as well because it allows for that easy interaction. So coming back to what is being done on this one, obviously, like, we are seeing a big rise into L2s built on Ethereum, and we at Consensus believe in the Ethereum scalability, and that's why we have invested into like a couple of years now building ZK technology into our R&D team. And then finally we felt that the timing is right this year to go and launch it into a chain, into Linea. So we've run Linea during, I think, almost 6 months of testnet, and we are just closing this week, I think the social week, right? So we did these quests every week for the last 9 weeks, and the numbers were just crazy to see people, you know, either token farming or testing or even deploying bots, and the network can just handle it. And it kept actually handling millions and millions of transactions. So these things would not be possible without this technology. Obviously, we are excited about launching this into a mainnet. Tune in for EthCC if you're going or if you're following. That's where would be the public announcement for Linea mainnet launch, and then we hope that we will see actually a very high, large, you know, number of transactions and users interacting with it. There is many chains, of course, solving the problem differently. So there is other L1s, there is the optimistic rollups today. All of these are probably one of the biggest fields of research and investment when it comes to looking at this scalability solution. There is other angles, of course, later on that you have to look at in terms of perhaps how to scale the go-to-market, how to onboard users easier. So that's where some innovation around account abstraction and wallet innovation will allow you to, you know, go like, I think I was following the, like many of you probably, the launch of Threads from Facebook, the app, the Twitter competitor. And to see an app has such actually a scalable onboarding journey that allows them, they reach 10 million users in 7 hours. So that's also equally important for an app and, you know, onboarding. And that's where wallets and MetaMask in particular play a big role and responsibility to try and give that frictionless experience, because that's also an important part for scaling an industry like DeFi.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in terms of scalability, there's quite a bit of solutions already in the market, right? Like each of our panelists here are coming from different like scalable solutions. So we have like a Conflux working on tree graph, right? We have like Avalanche working on subnet, and Linear working on ZK rollup, and Near is what we're working on sharding as a scaling solution. I think this question is more about like when we have this scalable solutions, how we can find the onboard different business use cases onto that, such that it will be like a product market fit, right? And onboarding different use cases to that, and the way we're approaching that is Near has done. Near has a unique sharding solution, and the core characteristics it brings to Near is like it's very fast. It's one of the fast blockchain by transaction finalities, and it's very affordable. Each transaction less than 1 cent. So we are exploring the DeFi venues such as that requires higher frequency settlement. So like order book, one of the use cases is an orderly network that was backed by Kronos, a very sophisticated group of traders, and also Wu network, they're building the liquidity layer to help different market makers and traders to trade frequently, right, on a more scalable network. That's one of the way. And since you mentioned BOSS, like BOSS is one of the ways that we see that it's a new initiative that we've launched recently. And it's a front-end stack of applications that we see, like basically all applications in all our networks, they can deploy the front-end on there. And what it does is it gives the composability of front-end interactions, right? Different applications, front-ends can coexist in a single UI. And where did they come from? Like they can be an application on Avalanche, there can be an application on Confluence, they can deploy the front-end code on there. And the user experience will be very, very different, right? Because since all these applications can exist in CUI, users don't need to know if they're using Uniswap or not. They just need to know they're finding the best price in the market. So that's one of the ways that we bring application use cases, bring more accessibility to those applications into the hands of users, and also to bring user experience into different level, such that we can crafting a business identity for Near and for the DeFi user experience in general. Yeah.
Thank you. So I think you're actually raising a really good point there. Although we have a lot of technologies in the market now, but I think our final target is to provide a seamless experience. Like if you are using Web3 products, but it feels like you are using Web2 product. So speaking of the product building, I think there's a lot of stage that we have to go, and it's a long way to develop a product to a major stage. So I think I experienced some criticism from some of the users because we still need some kind of key players for the products to run at the beginning. So there are a lot of saying that the DeFi protocols are not really fully decentralized at the early stage.